me is NPZ's founder and managing attorney, David Nachman. Happy New Year, David.
Happy New Year, Vijaya. Namaste, Adab, Sat Sri Akal, and Kem Cho to all our listeners.
Yes, absolutely. And on with our immigration matters, which don't wait for anyone and anything. But let's get to the H-1Bs this time. What really is a cap-exempt H-1B? And do I have to wait until March to enter the lottery if my employer is cap-exempt?
So that's a great question, Vijaya. And actually, as you probably are aware, the lawyers here at the NPZ Law Group are gearing up to assist our corporate clients with regard to what's called H-1B registration. And H-1B registration begins in early March, but it's never too early to start preparing by getting documentation and information to get folks ready for this important lottery. And as we have reported before, and I believe that Ludka had previously mentioned in a program that we had done in the past, that in October, on October 20th, the government had announced some new changes to the H-1B process. And but a lot of folks get confused. A lot of folks call us up and they want to gear up for this lottery, and the thing is that some of them don't have to. And they don't really understand. And there are certain cap-exempt H-1B employers who don't have to be mindful of that March deadline, for the registration. These are the cap-exempt H-1B employers are universities and related nonprofit entities. Also not-for-profit research organizations that are doing what's called applied research, which is a very vague term and one that is really subject to interpretation and what I call useful creative lawyering. Oftentimes we have to make that argument. Or government research organizations. So these organizations can apply for H-1Bs year-round, and they don't have to wait. They don't have to register. They don't have to be subject to the cap and the deadlines. So, one of the things we've talked about in the past on the programs, that we've had with Radio Mirchi is that, we've talked about the fact that a lot of times beneficiaries and employers don't even realize that their organizations are cap exempt. And so that's really something that, we as immigration lawyers need to analyze with the employers and with the beneficiaries to take a look at whether or not they're cap exempt. Because if they're cap exempt, of course, then there are certain benefits that come with, not having to be subject to the appropriate deadlines. So one of the questions which I got recently is, if I'm a healthcare organization and, if I'm a healthcare organization, am I automatically cap exempt? And the answer is, healthcare organizations are not automatically cap exempt, but we would need to take a look and see whether that healthcare organization is affiliated, let's say, with an academic institution or with an institution of higher education. Because if it is, then potentially it could be cap exempt, and that could be beneficial. So one of the other things that, and again, we've mentioned it before with those October rules, is that they actually liberalize the interpretation of affiliation with the academic institution. So it remains to be seen how this is going to shake out because we don't have a final rule yet. But suffice it to say that there is some liberality that is going to hopefully play a role in the future. So so that's what we're doing right now. We're gearing up for the H-1B season, and we hope to be able to answer any questions and to assist our listeners with any H-1B questions that they have.
Super. So I hope employers out there are listening too about the cap-exempt situation. And folks, if you are in the H-1B maze or at a crossroads in any aspect of US and Canadian immigration law, you need worry no more because the NPZ Law Group can help you through it all. And they speak your language, whether that's Hindi, Punjabi, Gujarati, Tamil, Hindi, or Nepalese. So get the help you need today. Call them at 201-670-0006 or simply visit